Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to finish up this coil harness. We left off at this section. So the only thing I got done different already is I've twisted up my wires so they're ready to go. And I added this little section on this branch. So we will install these. So I got 4.5. So we're gonna put these on real quick and shrink these up. And I had some people suggest that maybe I get the camera higher to try to get my hands out of the way so that people can see what we're doing. So we are accommodating that right now. So let me know if that helped in the comments. So let's put this on. And green. This is 1/8 inch heat shrink I'm putting on here for these coil ends. We'll line up all of our writing so it's all in the right direction. And let's shrink this up. We'll shrink this end, and we'll do these ends just because we do have the shrinkage of the 1/8 inch. That'll keep everything, keep our lengths correct. Okay. Do this guy. And this guy. Just move that heat gun around, let that heat shrink, get the heat all the way around this so it'll pull down nicely. Too much heat, too long, the heat shrink it'll just won't look right. It won't look uniform. So we can go to a larger heat shrink and not see the wire underneath, but I basically shrink it right to when I can see the wires coming out. So it has this nice wrap kind of a look. Okay, so now we're gonna take a piece of tape here. I'm gonna tape this up. Got it. Okay, so we're good there. Take this around. Nice transition. Okay, so we'll put a piece of SCL. This is a piece of 3/8 diameter SCL. This comes in like a 4-foot length. here we're going to use 1 inch of 1/4 inch. So again, here you can see this nice transition to where you don't see the gap between the pieces of heat shrink where we made the joint. And we got one more to do right here. So we're gonna pull this up a little bit, close that gap. The tape will also keep the heat shrink together, so nothing, it won't pull out from inside. So always make sure you tape your joints. Okay, we got that. We'll do this, and then I have one already made up that we'll jump to as far as the next step. Okay, and there you got it. So that makes things really simple, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these, because I cut my wire length to 1 1/8 for this particular connector. So now I'll just do all these wires 1 1/8. Once you do one, you can just use it for reference. There you got it. Okay, so the next step on this is going to be to label it. On this end, there's 3 wires going into a LK3 connector. So this side I trim off at 1 1/4 inch. There you got it. So here's a harness. This one I've already got mocked up and ready to go. So I added labels and a piece of clear heat shrink over the label to protect the label from dirt and grease and everything. So you can see I got it labeled, and then all of these legs are labeled. Then I install a piece of SCL, so 3/16, so that when I put the connector on, then at the end, I will shrink this guy down and it'll seal the harness together. So that SCL gets used in a lot of locations on a harness. So anyway, I'm gonna get the connectors together, and we'll start terminating this harness. Okay, so next we're going to, we'll strip these wires off, which you can see I already did. About 3/16 of an inch off of these. We'll finish all of these, so we'll just have everything stripped back. These strippers I got from Snap-on also, but they're really good for the Tefzel when I get down to 20 and 22 gauge. They're actually just perfect, make it real effortless. I have the other type of strippers that do it, but I use these actually most of the time. So get this. Okay. So I need this and this. So there's a couple of things. Crimping these pins right here. These pliers right here, you need to get yourself a set of those because they're good for doing most of the pins on an engine harness side, the way that this jaw sets up and the way that it crimps. So Real simple with seal. And then we'll put this guy in. And then like that. And then on this is the metric pack or weather pack crimper. And then just a quick little, just to wrap it around the seal. So we'll crimp a few of these and then I'll fast forward here. Okay. So we'll do one more set of these just so you see how I go about it. Okay. Okay, so we'll put a couple connectors on. Then we're going to go to the other end, and because it's a different type of connector. So it actually is called it's an LK3 and uses different pins, kind of a little different process. This is a lock. So this locks the pins in place on these connectors. So we'll do this one. Okay, drop that in, nice and sealed. Okay, so we're going to put these aside for a moment, and we're going to go to this end. So this is an LK3, so we're going to use a different pin. These are Bosch connectors, but they're used all over the place for different things, even on GM stuff. So, and there's a couple versions, LK3, LK2. So LK3, anything over a 2-pin, it's a little longer terminal. The LK2s are a little shorter, so they sit in the connector correctly for depth. Okay. Perfect. Again, just right here on this, bend it back a little bit because it'll actually bow the terminal. So we'll just bend it back so it's straight. Okay, we'll do one more. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and turn this LK3. This is a LK3 connector. And pop it into the pin out here. And then this has a lock, but it's on the back side. And that just pops tight and we're good. Here we'll do the same. So violet, green, and yellow. This side right here goes to an igniter. So, okay. So now, we'll finish these real quick also. We'll put these together. Let me finish crimping this. Done, we're good. All right. So we'll do these. Lock. These are coil connectors, actually. So this has a coil on plug setup, and there's an upper and a lower bank of coils. It has 2 coils per cylinder. So now we got all those done. And we're good. Okay, so now we're gonna shrink those ends. I told you I cut those pieces of SCL. So we will take this, I'm gonna move this right over here. And we're going to, I personally just like to pinch them together. And then I like to overlap it, maybe 3/16 of an inch, or even 1/8 of an inch. Doesn't take a lot, but see how it seals the harness right here. So we got that. Then we got these guys, same thing. We'll just overlap onto the wire just a small amount. And it just makes this for a really clean, tight setup. Okay, so we got that. And you can tell it's actually pretty quick. It only takes a couple minutes to do a little extra to make it a nicer finished product. One more. And there you have it. So as you can see, this harness is for 4, 5, and 6 cylinders, upper and lower. And then this will be upper bank of coils, this upper bank of coils, and this is lower bank of coils. So there you have it from start to finish. This section gets finished by my customer. So Other than that, there's just 2 of these per vehicle. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe.